Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishna. Here basically we are discussing about one topic, that is Microsoft creation. Basically, so city creation is city creation. Basically, we are discussing about the Microsoft infrastructure. Basically, Microsoft infrastructure equal to Microsoft physical places creation. So another person told that Microsoft infrastructure. For example, one person told that what actually Microsoft infrastructure. So he told that basically like this, basically Microsoft Azure. Basically, this is Microsoft Azure. So one other person told that where is the Microsoft Azure, basically physical location. So Microsoft Azure physical location infrastructure. Google can understand this? No, basically, because it's not possible Google to understand this, basically that Microsoft Azure basically is connected with some physical location, basically. See, basically earthquake also. See, basically Assam basically got earthquake. See, basically Microsoft Azure also is. See, basically Microsoft Azure basically, for one example, one of the person told that, yeah, that means this earthquake basically which is coming, this everything basically, it might be possible that it might be got the earthquake in Microsoft Azure area, basically, that is this physical areas, basically. Then he told that might be possible, basically, but we can't 100% sure. For example, in Assam basically 3.4 earthquake basically came, basically, right? So it is connected to what, basically? Is it connected to Microsoft Azure, or basically it is connected to some Microsoft.NET, or basically how many Microsoft virtual machine, or basically Microsoft Azure cloud, basically Microsoft then Microsoft, how many Microsoft basically boost digital infrastructure in Canada. Then Microsoft Azure, that is basically same Azure only. Everybody has because here Microsoft infrastructure basically. See, Microsoft infrastructure basically. See. Cloud computing. So here basically cloud computing is where, basically in physical location. Where is the Microsoft cloud computing? Is it in Assam? Because if Microsoft basically has done the investment in India, basically, so in India basically he have to create something, basically. So basically Microsoft cloud computing basically technologies where, basically in physical location, basically in physical location where, basically it is in India, basically that is in Assam, basically. So one of the person told that where it might be, basically. So for that basically one of the person told that where is India's map, basically. So India map, basically. See, basically. So in this India map, basically, where is Microsoft entire creation, basically? That is Microsoft infrastructure, basically, and that is basically connects to like this, basically Microsoft infrastructure, basically. Infrastructure physical locations, where is basically that, because Google will not able to understand the thing what actually I have written, basically. Why? Because this type of technology basically you will not be able to study in the colleges, you will not able to study in the school also, in you will not able to study in the institute also, that is the, and you will not able to get the study from companies also, basically. Because companies also basically don't understand this, basically which thing basically I have written, that is Microsoft infrastructure. In this basically I have taken Microsoft cloud computing, and Microsoft infrastructure equal to physical location is where, basically of the Microsoft cloud computing, basically. So lots of people say that America basically Microsoft is in America. So America is there, basically America basically cloud computing data is there, but you have to create some thing basically in India also, basically, because they are sending the power supply. According to power supply, basically you have to connect to the physical location also, basically. Directly you can't connect basically to the each and every companies basically. You need something basically in India also basically. So that basically plays basically, that is physical location of the Microsoft infrastructure. Where is that basically? Where is that basically? Reason Microsoft blood cells basically, that is 7 lakh people basically, also might be in India also. It might be possible basically. They might be in India also basically. So in India also they might be possible basically. They might be in India also. So that required Microsoft infrastructure basically. They required Microsoft infrastructure, right? Basically, then he told that yes basically. So where is this basically location basically? So one of the person told that it's very dangerous question basically which you have. This actually is connected to the security also basically of the Microsoft. But the people who know the things basically, he can only basically the damage the thing basically. For example, RDX basically. For example, 1 kilogram RDX basically dumped in near area somewhere in Bangalore city or Mumbai city or Pune city or Vadodara city or basically Ahmedabad city, everywhere, anywhere basically. But to do the blast basically of the RDX basically, you required power supply company basically. Without that basically you are going to do. Without that basically it's going to happen. That is not possible. Why? Because if you do dump the RDX and you set some timer basically, that also basically requires some computer basically. Without the computer activation basically, that's going to activate that chip also. No, that is not going to. So requirement is computer, power supply. This only basically who knows basically. The people who have the knowledge of this whole thing basically, they can only basically able to do. Other group basically can able to do. No, basically other group basically can't able to do. So one of the person told that I want to do bomb blast in 1 kilometer area. So he have to set the power supply basically to 1 kilometer area. Then only basically according to the power supply, he basically is going to get the RDX from the power supply company basically. That is the nuclear power company. They only gives the data basically. They only gives the data for the bomb blast basically. That is the 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer areas basically. And they only gives the data that this is the data basically you can prepare the RDX. So you can just imagine basically. So like this basically, the group basically who know the thing basically, they only basically can do the damage basically. So that basically is this basically. Microsoft cloud computer technology basically, where is basically in the physical location basically? I don't know basically. So I can't do anything basically. But the people who know basically that Microsoft cloud computing physical location is here basically, so they can do the damage. But they will do the damage. Why? Because they are getting 100 crore rupees basically from the Microsoft basically. So if they are getting up to that money basically, then why they will do the damage basically? Why they will do the damage? That is the question basically asked by one of the person. Then he told that yes basically, yeah, he will not do the damage. Why? Because he is getting 200 crore rupees money from the Microsoft basically corporation. Then why he is going to do the damage basically? He will not do the damage. So it's like that. So Microsoft cloud technology platform basically, where basically is the physical location in India and in USA basically. And Microsoft basically is in USA. So mostly entire main energy basically of the Microsoft cloud computing basically might be in USA only basically. But you have to create something basically in India, and that basically might not be fulfilled basically, because otherwise lots of people basically say that we want to know actually how Microsoft cloud basically computing is created basically. So they can know the infrastructure. So they will never get the entire information from the Microsoft. They will be passing from the power supply, and that data basically to decode also basically it's very difficult to get the decode data also basically. That only basically those can do who are basically knowledgeable up to this level basically. So this nobody basically can do this basically until basically you have the knowledge basically. See basically Microsoft is not able to understand the thing also. Sorry, Google basically. Why? Because this type of technology basically, this type of thing basically is not given. This type of training basically is not given by even the company also basically. Even the companies like Accenture, Capgemini, Microsoft, Oracle, they also basically don't give this type of training basically. Few people basically only gets the training. I also don't know basically where basically the Microsoft infrastructure cloud computing data is in the physical location. That I also don't know basically. But I am telling basically that it's like that basically. So in next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about this.